was evaporating some Floetrol and I thought I would show you what I do. So 1 gallon fits in 2 of these 2.5 quart containers from Home Depot. This is what I use, and I had a little extra of another container that was pretty thin, so I decided to do it all at once since it takes a while. So there's really nothing to it. I just go and stir it whenever I can. Usually that's at least 2 times a day, morning and evening. And then if I happen to be home, I'll do it a few more times. This has actually been a few days already, so it's a little bit thicker. So I need really thick paint for my techniques, and if you've watched my mixing videos, you'll see how thick my paint is. And I do this instead of adding more gloss medium because that dries really fast, and this is easier, and it's basically free. So you can go ahead and put on a fan to help it speed up, and just so you're aware that this is 53% humidity and around 70-80 degrees. So it took about 4 to 5 days for this batch to get a little bit thicker. So if you have less humidity, it will be a little bit faster, but you'll also be more likely to form a skin on the top, so you might want to stir it a little bit more often. So I just repeat that, stirring every day for a couple days, however long it takes to get to the desired thickness. When it gets close to done, you'll see here I'm trying to show you the layer on top. It's not really a skin. Do you see the little wrinkles on top there? So it hasn't really formed a skin, it's just a little bit dry on top, so if you stir it, it will go down into the paint and it doesn't really pull up anything. It's not really the same as those Floetrol goobers that you get from the container. So on this one, if you look towards the bottom of the screen, you'll really see those wrinkles that form with the layer as it dries out. So again, it doesn't pull up a stringy thing, it's just a little bit dried out on top. But if you keep stirring it in every day, then it ends up fine. And then I also go ahead and check the thickness every day to see if it's close, and depending on the different containers, it could be different in each container. And so here we have about 2.5 seconds, and that's kind of good for what I do because the paint will thicken it a little bit more, and then I can add just a little gloss gel as long as I'm not adding too much. So I do it this way because then I'm just adding Floetrol. It's just a little bit thicker Floetrol. And Floetrol, a year ago, it used to be thicker, and now it's just very watery. And it's affected by temperature a little bit too. So this is just easier, and Floetrol takes a while to evaporate, so I don't have to worry about like the gloss gel dries almost immediately. It's much easier to work with. And so once it's perfect, I just combine all the containers and stick it back into the original container. And then I have my thick Floetrol.